Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. So the first thing I want to discuss is I just want to know if you could talk to me a little bit about the differences between Roderick Rules, the film from 2011, and this animated one, and which adaptation did you enjoy the most?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think it's such a loaded question because on those original live action movies, that was the first time I ever got to do something like that. I got to be really good friends with those actors. In fact, I just saw Zach and Robert from the first film in Disneyland. So I have a really emotionally strong connection to that film. Of course, I didn't get to write it. I wasn't the screenwriter for those early films. So now I get to be a full producer and a screenwriter, and I get to, say the words that come out of the actors' mouths, which is really cool. So the experiences are just very different.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, when the original, not to date myself, but when the original released in 2008, I was only 17. So now being 31, I'm wondering, what are the differences that you would say come from the generation that may have read the books back in the early 2000s to the people or the kids, I guess, that are reading it now? And what are some of the sensibilities from readers today?
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer because, of course, a lot of people who grew up on those live action films feel like, well, why are they redoing this? The thing that I saw before was perfect. And of course, they made a really strong connection. Those original viewers made a really strong connection with Roderick and, the actor who played him, Devin Bostick. And so it's just, I don't know what it says about the people that saw it, but I do know that it's just we're kind of in different eras right now.
Yes, no, for sure, for sure. I feel like there's different things that can be done back then or could be done back then that can't really be done today. But with there being multiple books in the series, what does the future look like in terms of maybe additional films or maybe even an extended series on Disney Plus?
Yeah, I'm really hoping we keep making these films because what's really special about a film is that it feels like the world changes. By the end of the film, it feels like the world has changed. A TV series is a little bit different. Those are episodes, they're smaller stories. And I feel like we're exactly where we want to be right now. It's creating these, 60, 70-minute films that feel like features, but they're sort of like small features, which is just perfect for Disney Plus.
Are there any Disney Plus, maybe any of the series like Loki or WandaVision, anything like that you feel you see potential in Diary of a Wimpy Kid going to be maybe 7 or 8 episodes long? Because those really captivate a lot of audiences and people love your book series. So I'm wondering if maybe you see any parallels or opportunities there.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to do it all, but I think the right place for us to be right now is to release a new film every year. And then, 4 or 5 years from now, when a kid who's right now, 1 or 2 years old, in a few years from now, they're going to discover that there are 4 or 5 Wimpy Kid films and they'll watch them all and then they'll want to see more. And I really like that. I like releasing one a year because that's like the way that I release my books. It's enough time.
Yeah, like not too much overload, right? Like you don't want to put too much out there at once. Awesome. Well, we are in a generation of timings where there are a lot of prequels and things that happened maybe before or that center and focus around one particular character. Do you see anything maybe going on where there might be a separation, which is Roderick, and kind of seeing how from his point of view versus Greg's?
Yeah, I might just have to do like Roderick's Lost Diary. I think that would be really fun and make it feel like, like Greg's first journal is you discover it when, Greg's entering middle school. I think it would be really fun to do that with Roderick as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be really exciting. Were there any life experiences that maybe inspired the books that are maybe something that you see yourself in now where it's like, okay, well, it's different than it was back then, but now you're like, okay, I totally see where I got that idea from.
Yeah, definitely. Very explicitly, I'm really drawing from my early childhood memories with all the books, especially the first 5. I was definitely drawing from my home experiences and growing up and having a best friend and an older brother and a younger brother and all of that. That's all in the books.
Got it. And you have such a massive fan base that continues to love your books. What more can audiences expect from you? I mean, you have a lot of fans.
More books, more films. We have a musical that's going to be touring soon. So lots of stuff in the Wimpy Kid universe to look forward to.
That's so cool. And is there anything that you could tell me about the musical? I mean, I haven't really seen much about it, so I'm really excited to hear that from you.
Sure, it came out in Minneapolis this year, and we're getting it ready to tour soon. So, and hopefully it will show up on a streaming service or something like that first before it starts touring. But definitely we're going to start touring it soon.
Awesome. Well, I'm in a big city. I'm in Houston, so I'm really excited to see it. Hopefully it will reach here. I would love to see that adaptation. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.